It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you. So nice to have you here on the Science Bowl. This is it. We've come to the end of our middle school competition. We're down to our last 4 schools, 4 semifinalists. Which one will emerge as this year's champ in this our 39th season of competition? Let's meet our first 2 teams now as we begin our first semifinal game. Let's say hello to the team from Greenbelt. Hey Charles, nice to have you back with us here on the set. Timothy is their great captain, and Victoria is here as well, rounding out the threesome. They're playing against Martin Luther King Jr. over there. There's Johnny, he's their wonderful captain. Umar is here, he's giving a thumbs up, and Michael over there, he likes to dance to our music. I like Mike. All right, here in the Science Bowl, we have 6 categories of questions. If you're not familiar with them, let's share them with you right now.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing, and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty, with the easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points. The tougher ones 15, 20, ultimately 25 are the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties for incorrect answers. And to the 2 rounds here, we will have the first of our 2 finalists in this year's competition. So all the students that have made it this far, they are exceptional students, so we're looking forward to a great game. Let's go over and make sure everything works properly. Tim, would you try your buzzer? All right. Seems to be working just fine. How about Johnny over there at the green team? It seems in fine shape as well. All right, good luck. Teams will go alphabetically G before M, so Greenbelt and Tim, let's rock and roll. Go.
Let's get physical for 25.
Physical for 25, the big one in that category we start out. While we live in the layer of the atmosphere known as the troposphere, most airplanes fly in this next outer layer. Martin Luther King.
Stratosphere?
The stratosphere, where the air is thinner and there's less turbulence and less drag. Absolutely right. All right, go green.
Green things for 15.
Green for 15 points. Your question is as follows. This sticky L-initialed sap from inside plants, like rubber trees, can cause an allergic Greenbelt.
Latex.
Latex, yeah, rubber gloves, latex. A lot of times people are allergic to them. Nicely done. Go green, red rather.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25 points. Big one in that category, teams. If you get vaccinated against chickenpox, and it's required to go to school here in PGCPS, you can still develop this S-initialed Greenbelt.
Smallpox?
Not smallpox. Martin Luther King, if you've been vaccinated against chickenpox, you are required to be so to be in our school system. You can still develop this S-initial disease as an adult.
Is it shingles?
Shingles, that's right, caused by the varicella virus. It's the same virus that goes into hiding and can come out years later. All right, 100 points. You have the lead and the advantage. Go green.
Green things for 10.
Green for 10. There's a plant called the fairy lantern. Probably never heard of it. Since fairy lantern plants live mostly underground, they can't depend on this process.
Photosynthesis?
Yeah, they can't photosynthesize. They rely on fungi for the nutrients that they need. Absolutely right. Good answer. Go again.
Let's do green things for 5.
Green for 5. Because the water inside this green vegetable is always...
Lettuce?
Not lettuce. No, let me finish from Martin Luther King. Since the water inside this green vegetable is always 20 degrees cooler than the outside air, the word cool is associated with it. As in, he's as cool as a...
Lettuce? I don't know.
Cucumber.
Cucumber.
Cool as a cucumber. All right. The judges thought you guys probably wouldn't know that. Don't use that phrase. Go again, please. Green.
Science potpourri for 10.
All right, science potpourri for 10, but we have a visual. Look at the screen, please, if you would. I hope you've never seen one of these or encountered one of them at the beach. This is a Portuguese man of war. Something similar to a jellyfish, but not quite. A purplish blue air bladder that is actually filled with air, and this gas symbolized capital C, capital O. Greenbelt.
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide is absolutely right. A deadly gas often associated with running a car engine inside of a closed garage. But it's the stingers you have to worry about on the Portuguese man of war, not the carbon monoxide. Go red.
Science potpourri for 25.
Potpourri, 25 points. The greatest threat to life during a hurricane is not the wind or the rain, but the ocean that can...
The ocean that can carry debris.
No, not quite. Nope. The greatest threat to life during a hurricane is not the wind or the rain, Greenbelt, but the ocean which can come ashore in this S-initialed action.
Storm surge.
Storm surge.
Storm surge. That's what I want to hear. Yeah. Good try over there. All right, back to red. Go.
Dayland science for 25.
Dateline for 25.
Zoo parade for 25.
Zoo parade for 25 points. Here's your question. While the blue whale is the largest living mammal, this species is the world's largest living fish.
Whale shark.
Greenbelt.
Whale shark.
Whale shark. That's it. Good, 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 good. All right, with that, you take the lead. 125 to 110, advantage red.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams, on the ocean floor, there are these potato-sized metallic nodules that can somehow extract oxygen from the water. They are made, those nodules, from two chemical elements, Mn and Fe. Can you tell me what they are?
Manganese and iron.
Manganese and iron. You got them. Good. Both.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems, 20 points. In 1992, the government approved the use of an artificial one of these eye parts. Martin Luther King.
Cornea.
Cornea, absolutely right. That covers the pupil and the iris. Thank you, Mike. Good assist. Go. Green.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo for 15 points. These soft-bodied, soon-to-be butterflies.
Pupa.
What's that?
Pupa.
Not pupa? No. This is for Greenbelt. These soft-bodied, soon-to-be butterflies will often secrete a sweet juice for ants that in turn will ferociously protect them from predators.
Caterpillars.
Caterpillars, absolutely right. Yes, the larval form we were looking for. All right, the buzzer says the first round is over. It's a close game, as we expected. 160 for Greenbelt, 130 for Martin Luther King. We'll be back in just a moment with part 2. And welcome back to the Science Bowl. What a great semifinal we've got going here. We have lots more questions to ask, science questions. We hope you're playing along and trying to answer the questions as well, but let's find out a little bit about our players here if you haven't had the pleasure of meeting them earlier in our competition season here. Let's go to Greenbelt first. And Timothy, tell us about your school, who the VIPs are there other than yourself, your principal and your coach and your coaches.
So our principal is Mr. Clement, and our coaches are Dr. Pippett and the amazing Miss Pagunson.
Wonderful. They're out there rooting for you. As one of the judges says, all the coaches down there biting their nails right now, all trying to send psychically some of the answers to you here. Any alternates on your team, Tim?
Yeah, our alternates are Augustine and Samia.
We'll bring them out in just a few moments here. And tell us something about Greenbelt that you think everybody at home should know about. What are you proud of?
We have a tag program as well as Chinese immersion, band and orchestra, many different world languages.
Wow, Chinese immersion. I didn't know you had that over there. That's a revelation to me. Someday, Tim, what do you want to do?
I want to be a nuclear engineer.
Yeah, something tells me nothing will stand in your way. You're a great player, young man. Charles, nice to have you back here. Tell us why you wanted to be on the Science Bowl.
My entrance to the Science Bowl is a very funny story, but in short, I ended up being in their practice one day and just felt I'd fit in. It seemed like a fun activity, and I joined, and I'm here now.
Well, you do fit in. Tell us, where'd you go to school for Montessori?
What?
Did you go to a Montessori school, did you say?
I did not. No,
you did not?
I have never.
Where'd you go to elementary school?
I went to 2 different elementary schools. My first was CMIT Elementary North, and my second was Robert Frost Elementary.
Very good. All right, nice to have you here. And someday, what are you going to do you think?
I think a mathematician. I'd like to do that.
Wonderful. All right. One of the STEM subjects. They're right there. Victoria, nice to have you on the program here. How's it feel to be here today?
I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah, you know it's good. I'm always a little bit nervous too because everybody wants to do their best here, and you guys have really shined. You've shined so well so far here. Tell us how you know so much science, Victoria.
I read a lot, and I really enjoy just learning more about subjects that I'm interested in.
Keep that throughout your entire life. Professionally, someday, what do you want to do?
Definitely some form of veterinary medicine.
Very nice. Pets at home or not?
I have a dog and 2 cats.
You do have animals, right? You're getting some practice. Nice to have you here. Let's go over to Martin Luther King. Johnny, tell us about MLK Jr. over there. Both you and Greenbelt past county champs. We can see why. Tell us about the VIPs over there at the school.
Well, our principal is the amazing Miss Robin Prince, and we have the incredible Miss Butler as our sponsor for this team.
Absolutely, yeah. She has been with us. We've been around 39 years, and I think Miss Butler has been with us for most of those years. Yeah, she's just a phenomenal coach and a phenomenal teacher. Any alternates on your team?
We have Zadok and Kuldeep.
And we'll bring them out in just a few moments. I think they're the white-shirted guys or girls. Okay, wonderful. And tell me something about your school that you want everyone to know.
I feel like we have a bunch of immersive clubs. We have chess club, we have art club, yearbook. We have so many different clubs, and we have a very large, diverse community in our school, and I think that's really great.
Thanks for noting all those things. That's what it sounds like. There are plenty of extracurriculars there, and it's what a school should do. Lots of opportunities for whatever your talents are. Tell me about yourself. What do you want to do someday?
Someday I really want to be an entrepreneur or a biologist.
Yeah. Any kind of business in particular?
Food industry.
Yeah. Boy, if you have a great restaurant or a great food, you'll never go hungry. People have to eat, as you know that. You're playing a good game here today. Umar, tell us why you want to be on the show.
I want to be on the show because it's more so like, it's kind of like a chance for me to...
You look like you're having a good time. I hope you're having a good time. You seem a little nervous too, Victoria. I think we're all just a little nervous here today. Here's this guy yapping at you all the time and asking these questions, but you're coming up with the answers, and you've learned to listen to the clues inside there. What do you want to do someday?
I want to become a robotics engineer or any type of engineer in the engineering field. I think that AI kind of like stands out to me, and I would like to recreate that as a robot.
Absolutely right. Well, you're headed in the right direction, and that is the future, young man. Thanks for sharing that. Michael, tell us the Michael story. Nice to have you back. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be a doctor or a violinist.
A doctor or a?
Violinist.
Wonderful. What kind of doctor? Have you thought about that yet? What would you specialize in?
I either want to be a pediatrician or cardiologist.
Yeah. Do you have younger brothers and sisters at home?
I have a younger brother.
Very good. All right. Well, yeah, pediatricians are much loved doctors, and I think you would be a good one. Let's get back into the game. Last correct answer came from the red team. So, Timothy, it is your choice.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20. Here we go. There's a picture. Look at the monitor, please, if you would. The fleshy growths on this star-nosed mole. Isn't that a strange-looking animal? The fleshy growths have the same name as the arms of an octopus, a squid, and a jellyfish. Greenbelt.
Tentacles?
Those are tentacles. Yes, they are. Yes. All right. Go again. Red.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri, 20 points. Multiple choice. In the town of Williams, Arizona, you'll find the world's only poo-seum, a museum that features fossilized poop.
I'm
It's
sorry.
on the tip of your tongue. What do you want to tell me?
Fossils? I'm sorry.
That's all right. Let me finish out. It's a multiple choice question, Greenbelt. In Williams, Arizona, the world's only poo-seum, a museum that features fossilized poop. Fossilized poop is known scientifically as anthracites, granulites, or coprolites.
Anthracites?
The last one, coprolites. No points. We go again. Red. Timothy, you pick.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline, 20 points. It was in 1932 that Dr. William Hoofhoven invented this D initial device. What you got? Okay. Sometimes it pays just to listen a little longer in before you ring that buzzer there. 1932, a doctor invented this D initial device that's now found in most schools and buildings as an AED, A life-saving device for heart attack victims.
Defibrillator.
A defibrillator is right. Yes, an automated external defibrillator. All I needed was the last part of that. Good, go red.
Dateline science for 25.
Dateline, 25, big one in that category. It was in 1975 that the natural hormones known as endorphins that relieve pain and give us a sense of well-being were discovered and found to be released by this P initialed.
Pancreas.
Not the pancreas. Oh, good try, Johnny. Those endorphins were discovered to be found and released by this P-initialed endocrine gland in your brain.
Pituitary gland.
Pituitary. Yeah, I thought you had that one. I thought you had it. You get them next time. Go, Tim.
Let's get physical for 15.
Physical for 15 points. In the last Olympics, the swimsuits that compressed the body were outlawed because they increased the swimmers' speeds.
Hydrodynamics.
Not hydrodynamic. Good try. These compressing swimsuits were outlawed at the Olympics because it increased the swimmers' speeds by making the swimmers more what?
Aerodynamic?
No, buoyant. Buoyant. Go again, please, red.
Green things for 25.
Green for 25. All right. Come on, Martin Luther King. Let's get this one. Let's get back in the game here. For 25 points in green things. Because of the sea level rise, the Key Largo tree cactus in Florida has gone extinct. The first ever of America's vascular plants to do so. Vascular plants always have phloem and this.
Phylum.
Xylem. You got it. Okay, 25 points. Go green.
Green things for 20.
Green for 20. Your question. If you ever in the fall, like now, plant tulip bulbs or daffodil bulbs, you do that because over the course of the winter, that bulb is going to protect what future tiny plant that is inside Greenbelt.
Seed?
Not the seed. What is the tiny plant that is inside the tulip bulb or the crocus bulb that is going to emerge in the spring after being protected all winter?
The sprout.
The embryo. The embryo is in there. No points. Go again, please. Green.
Body systems for 15.
Body, 15 points. This thin layer of dead skin at the junction of your nail bed.
Cuticle?
Cuticle is right. Yeah, Victoria pulled that one out. Nicely done. Go red.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri, 15 points. In experimental trials to test a drug's usefulness, doctors will often give participants what P-initialed pills.
Placebo?
Placebos, yeah, that have none of the drug in them whatsoever. That's the control versus the test. Go.
Was body systems? I thought we did body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15, I believe, was cuticle, was it not? Yes, okay.
Dayline science for 15.
Dayline science for 15 points. Aspirin can reduce pain and fever, but it was first used to prevent these blood components from clumping together.
Platelets?
Platelets, yes sir, yes sir. Okay, come on, Johnny.
Zoo parade for 10.
Zoo parade, 10 points. Rabbits have an unusual habit known as coprophagy, in which they produce two kinds of this, one of which, Greenbelt. Yes, sir.
Feces?
Feces is right. We just had coprolites, and you could hear that same root word in there. Good. Go red.
Body system for 10.
Body for 10. Here's your question. Humans are such good endurance runners because the large gluteus maximus muscle found in this part of the body, Greenbelt.
Bottom?
The bottom, your bum. Yeah, keeps us from falling on our face. Good, go.
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. Fossilized wood in which minerals have taken the place of the tree's living tissue is better known as this kind of wood.
Petrified?
Petrified, yes sir. Yes sir. Go, green.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline for 10. A promising new procedure in the search for an Alzheimer's cure uses bubbles to help drugs get through the barrier between the blood and this organ. Greenbelt.
The heart?
Not the heart. The barrier between the blood and this organ. A cure for Alzheimer's that uses bubbles to help deliver the drugs.
Brain?
The brain is right. Yes, go.
Dateline for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Multiple choice. July 22nd, 2024, this past summer, the hottest day ever recorded on Earth. Average temperature, 17.15 degrees centigrade, which is equivalent to which of the following?
Celsius?
Nope. Let me repeat. It's a multiple choice question. 17.15 degrees centigrade or Celsius. That is the equivalent to which of the following degrees on the Fahrenheit scale? 63, 71, or 82?
82.
63. It doesn't seem very warm, but remember, it was the whole Earth averaged together. Go again, Green. Couple questions left.
Let's get physical for 5.
Physical, 5 points. So-called hot spots on the Earth are places where what molten material is carried to the surface, Johnny?
Magma.
Magma, you got it. Come on, let's get a couple more.
Body systems for 5.
Body for 5. This joint that joins the humerus, the radius, and the ulna bones. Timothy?
Elbow?
Elbow. Kind of macaroni, too. Good. Go. Red.
Zooparade for 5.
Zoop for 5. It is said that birds of a feather, members of the same species, will fly together as a what?
Flock. A
Green.
flock. A flock.
A flock is right. Yes, indeed. Last question of the game, potpourri for 5. Here it is. This word, a homonym, can mean something that is easily carries an electric current, the leader of an orchestra,
Conductor.
a conductor, or the person who collects tickets on a train. Absolutely right. That was a fast game, and boy, the talent on display here. We'll double check that score. We'll be back with you in just 1 minute. Don't go away. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed this game, the semifinal game, and you saw great science talent on display here, but you also saw really good sportsmanship, a lot of poise, and a lot of enjoyment. We want this game to be fun, and all of our players today seem to be having fun, and their schools are all watching, and everybody out there has reason to be proud of both of these schools and all of these young people. Our final tally today is Martin Luther King Jr. 200, Greenbelt 285. Greenbelt, you are going on to the finals. Congratulations. And Tim, he's very cool and calm and collected. He's a great guy. Tim, tell us who's standing back there.
We have our coaches, Ms. Pagunson and Dr. Pitt, and our alternates, Samia, Augustine, and Robert.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys, and good luck to you in the next round. And a nice round of applause for this Martin Luther King team. They are amazing, mostly because of that woman standing behind you, Johnny. Tell us who that is.
This is our incredible Miss Butler.
Absolutely. Who's standing back there in the white shirts?
We have Zadok and Kulip.
All right. And are they 8th graders or 7th graders?
They're 6th graders.
6th graders. So they're going to carry on the tradition. They're going to carry on the tradition, right? Thank you all for watching, and hope to see you in the next semifinal game and this year's final here on the Science Bowl. Till then, I'm Dave Zarin. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.